Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Cuatro Cuatro Dos. Don't forget, we are doing the MLS club profiles on Apple TV. We are looking to see how this merger or this partnership
collaborate.
No, it's not a collaboration.
It's a partnership. Yeah.
It's a partnership because there's a lot of money involved. So Apple MLS came together, formed a partnership. 10 years, millions of dollars in between. And every MLS club has put out a video basically showing their profile, what they are about to the world. So we are watching those and we are reacting to those and kind of giving our opinions as consumers, I guess, to the world. So we are here with Fernanda, my wife, who happens to be the mother of all my children and my only children. But today we're going to be watching the Houston Dynamo FC. So we might be a little bit biased, or maybe I am, because I am a Dynamo fan, as you can see by the background. She could not really. I'm guessing she sympathizes with it, but she's not really I don't know if she's a fan or not.
Fan.
But if I
go to the games, yes, obviously I'll celebrate and I'll get into the game, but.
Tell me anything that you know about the Dynamo. Is there anything? I mean, we've been doing it for every video, so why would we change the routine for this?
From Houston?
Yeah. Tell me something about Houston. Do you know where it's at?
Yes.
30 minutes away from here?
From what I've known right now for the Dynamo,
yes,
they have had 3 name changes since I have been to the stadium.
The Dynamo? No, the stadium.
Yeah, whatever, that. Yeah. Well, the Dynamo has changed their name twice.
Once.
Well, it was what? What was before?
Houston Dynamo.
Yeah, and then they added FC or what?
Football club.
Bucky? I don't know.
Getting with the times.
What else? I think the first game I went to was in 2012, which was the home opener, and we did it for 3 years. We went.
It was more, no?
No, because then you gave up and you no longer took me. I took the initiative and took him to his first home game.
Tell me how you feel.
Yeah, because it was something that I had to take you and be like, hey, I got tickets. And you were like, let me get into the media with the Dynamo. And
that was in 2019.
Bing! Yeah, and what have we been doing since then? Nothing. You haven't been taking me to the game.
This episode might get a little personal. Jesus Christ.
Well it's true. That's what happened. It doesn't matter. You put me to the side and was like, look, I have free tickets. Like, I'm because he even said, look, we could totally do this as a tradition and go every year to the home openers.
We'll start it again this year.
There's way too many kids involved now. The last time we went was Caleb was what, 2?
Yeah.
Because he got him for free. So yeah. But other than that, I have pictures of the last one. But anyways,
should we move on?
Other than that, I don't know a lot about the Dynamo other than what he tells me. Do I listen? No. Enough to know? No. But, like, I'll hear it in the background, and if he mentions it, it'll like, oh, yeah, you told me. So, I don't know. I retain useless information. To me, information about the Dynamo is a little bit useless. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and watch.
We move forward now, yes. I'm glad you guys were able to witness this.
Ready?
Yes. Yeah, I've been ready like 5 minutes ago.
You asked me what I know about the Dynamo.
About the Dynamo, not a relationship. All right, let's go.
Which is part of our relationship. Hello, look at all of this.
Bro.
Do y'all see all those lanyards?
Yeah.
I let him go to those things. I let him.
The aggression.
This is part of our relationship. So, yeah.
Do we proceed?
Yes. Ugh.
Why do you hate Hector Herrera so much?
It's just because I follow the Dynamo on Instagram. So whenever Hector Herrera came on, it was literally all they would talk about. And I get it, it's a new player, blah blah blah. We're bringing what?
It's not only a new player; it's the biggest signing in the history of the club.
Which should tell you, Dynamo has no money.
No, okay.
I don't know.
So do you want me to tell you a little bit about the history?
They're about to tell me right now. Look, it's black and white.
Look at Don Garber. He had hair.
Who?
Don Garber.
Orejas?
Yeah. That's what we have baptized Don Garber as Orejas, by the way.
I didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
Him with hair makes it look like he don't have big ears. But anyways.
Shh, he can hear you.
But anyways, yeah, go ahead. Tell me his history.
So Houston.
Wait, what do you mean by the biggest buy in Dynamo history?
Yes.
Okay, so.
And then also, you don't know who he is.
I don't care.
But that's the whole point. You don't understand.
Yeah, but
you don't care.
Why aren't the Dynamo bringing in more, like, if this guy is so big, where from, what, Mexico?
Yes. He's the captain of the Mexican national team.
Okay.
So.
But I know Memo a lot better than I know.
Yeah, Memo is the only.
I know Chicharito a little bit more.
Because he played in more popular places.
Bueno.
Yes, but Chicharito was like the poster child because he went to Real Madrid. He played in like fancy clubs, so he was like he was the commercial, like he was the moneymaker commercially. But Hector Herrera came after Chicharito because Hector Herrera is not way younger than Chicharito, but he's younger than him. And they play different positions.
You're going to lose me.
Yeah, I know I'm going to lose you. But okay, let me tell you a little bit of history about the Dynamo. So Dynamo was bought by... They had an owner, and then they sold them to this... Yes, actually. He was a part owner.
I know he was.
But there's Gabriel Brenner who bought the Dynamo from AMG. It was like a company that actually, I think they also owned LA Galaxy. So they didn't want to have two teams, so they were like, we're just going to sell you the Dynamo. Gabriel Brenner is known for being cheap. Even though he's a millionaire and has a lot of money and this and that, he never spent money on anything. Ever.
How long is he still the owner?
No, he sold it 2 years ago. 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. So 2 years ago, we were bought when the rebrand happened.
What rebrand?
This rebrand that we are now have the
FC? That's been 2 years?
Yeah.
I could have sworn it's been more.
It was 2020, 2021, and this is the third year that we're going into with the new identity. So he rebranded, and then 2 months later or whatever, he sold it to our new owner, which is Ted Siegel.
Okay.
Who bought it for $500 million. He actually bought the Dynamo and the Dash and the stadium and everything that comes included. But so Gabriel Brenner did not spend any money whatsoever. And Ted Siegel came in and he already changed the whole stadium. He bought new seats. He purchased like our biggest, like not names, but like the biggest contracts that we have basically ever had. And he splurged and bought Hector Herrera. Hector Herrera, obviously, you don't know him. But in the soccer community, especially in the Mexican soccer community, and we live in Houston, Texas, which is very Mexican influenced, he's huge because he is the captain of their national team. So, I mean, he is like their go-to guy in the sense of like he played in Atletico Madrid. So he played in Benfica, and not only he played in Benfica, he was their captain. With Benfica is like one of the biggest teams in Portugal. And then he got sold to Atletico Madrid, where he played over there, and he was like very known. I think he might have been the captain for a little while, but if he wasn't the captain, he was one of the big names there. So he was known worldwide, and whenever obviously Mexico played, he was one of the go-to guys because he had all the European experience and this and that, right? So getting Hector Herrera to come back not only to the MLS, because he's not old. He's like 33. So he's not in his prime per se.
But don't older players end up coming to the MLS to just
So that's what they used to do. But now slowly, like, the league has been changing. So now
they're trying to get bigger names, or they're trying to
yeah. So if you look at
they drop a little bit more money to bring in bigger.
Yeah. So names. obviously the stars go directly to Europe.
Obviously.
Right? But the ones like those are, let's just say tier A, whatever, or tier 1. But the second tier, which are like the players that maybe could go, or like maybe they would go to like a mid-table team in Europe, they preferred to come to the MLS because obviously, depending on where you go, but like financial security, and it's a competitive league. And then from here, you can actually make the jump to Europe. So remember when we did Atlanta, and they had that kid Almiron from Paraguay. Mm-hmm. So he actually played in Paraguay. He got bought by an Argentinian team. And then he ended up playing in Atlanta. And then from Atlanta, he got bought by Newcastle in England. And now Newcastle is like the top 4 team and he's one of the main guys. So he's like one of the guys that actually made it out of the MLS and actually proved that the MLS could be a league, like a transition league to the bigger European teams. So that's the whole point. And now, so players that are not having great results in Europe, instead of like sitting in the bench, they end up coming to the MLS. So it's not like they're terrible players. It's just that there's obviously better players than them over there. So they want playing time. So they come to the MLS because they know they can stay in shape and continue to play. So that's what happened to Hector Herrera. Hector Herrera, obviously, when you turn 32, 33, obviously they're going to look for guys that are 24, 25, 26 to kind of replace you. But you're still good. You know, you still have like a good 3-4 years in you if you're a good player. You can play to like 35, 36. So why not? Better way to stay competitive by coming to like the Dynamo or to a team in, so like Wayne Rooney did with DC United. Yeah. Zlatan. I mean, Zlatan was one of the guys that proved
he wasn't even there for that long.
But he was here for 1 or 2 years, and he actually went back to Europe and kept playing in Europe. He still plays. The point is that the MLS, like Hector Herrera, is like a big, and like I think his salary is like $5 million a year, $5 million a year, or something. Which with the previous owner, never would have happened. Ever. And with this guy, he got it done in a year.
Well, yeah. Well, I just didn't like going back to why I don't like.
So.
It's not that I don't like the guy. I don't know the guy, obviously.
Yeah.
But I just didn't like.
How much they pushed him.
Yeah. It was like, it wasn't an organic push.
Yeah.
And I get why they did it, because they spend so much money on him.
You want
so it makes sense. But like, give it a rest. Jesus.
So in Houston we have our 713 days, so August, right? August? No, July?
I don't know.
July 13 is the 7th month.
713. No.
713 days, so and then they put out.
Eso?
So it's the Houston Chronicle 713 day.
Why do you have that?
And because they bought it. 713 days.
With what money?
Bro, this is. Yeah. And my daughter got to it, and she like wrote. I was gonna frame this, but she got to it. But July 13, 2022. So we'll buy the new one. But yeah, I should have bought 2 of these. But my daughter got to it.
That sucks.
Sophia.
Oh, I thought that was Noah.
Well, I don't know, but I think
it looks like Noah. Okay, but yeah.
So now it makes sense because a lot of people hated that, but also
it's just it was too much. It was literally every post.
Yeah.
And then whenever he...
They still put him out there.
But I don't see him as much.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God.
It died down a little bit. Wait till the season starts.
Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. Whenever he did like that one graffiti... What?
The bobblehead.
That's him?
No.
Ugh. Whenever they do like... Whenever they did the graffiti thing...
His presentation.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, it was all part
so
of like
annoying.
it was all part of. Well, I mean, they rented out the Post HCX. It's like a giant venue here in Houston, and they literally had an open house for him, basically. Like it was like the city
saying
giving him
welcome.
a welcome, yeah. And like hundreds and hundreds of
people. It was
people
just
went.
like literally that whole week before, prior, or the whole.
And
like
and you know what? You know what's the crazy thing
annoying.
is that you would think maybe a guy like that is getting so much attention and love would be like very arrogant, but
it doesn't seem like he is.
I've been able to see him like outside of like, because I have access to kind of like back of the house. Oh, relax access.
See.
Well, but I do. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, and I've seen him like outside of the fields and like in like locker rooms and stuff like that, and the guy is like the nicest dude. I saw him at training. I went a couple of weeks ago, and he is the nicest guy ever. Like he was saying hi to all of us. He shook this guy's hand. He was
hello,
like,
peasants.
No, he was like hugging people. He was like, oh, hey, how's it going? It's like, I haven't seen you in forever. How you been or whatever. And the guy is like another dude like us in a way,
I'm not a dude.
But like us in the media. But whatever. Let's finish this video because we've been. Go. But I mean, I think Dynamo fans will appreciate this conversation.
That's fine. Yes. That's the whole point. We're here for the club profiles, and then we landed on Hector Herrera, and I don't really care for the guy.
No, I know, but
it was just But it was being too pushed.
Does it make sense though?
It does make sense, but
mission accomplished. Eddie Robinson. He's been on the show. How crazy is that? A guy that won 2 MLS trophies with the Houston Dynamo has been on my show.
That's pretty awesome.
That's cool, huh?
Yeah, let's go back to this.
You don't care?
No, I care. That's cool.
But yeah, shout out
How'd you
shout out Eddie Robinson.
Did you stalk him?
No.
Guy.
Hey guys. No, if you guys know Eddie Robinson, he actually does he did, because now with MLS they kind of changed the people that are going to do the games. Eddie Robinson and Glenn Davis used to call the games for the Dynamo. So I actually had Glenn Davis as well on the show, and then with that connection, I was able to meet and talk to Eddie Robinson. Secure Eddie Robinson. But no, Eddie Robinson, one of the coolest people I've ever met and talked to, even though I told him he was from South Carolina when he's from North Carolina. But hey, it's okay. I was very nervous because he played for like Carolina SC soccer club, and I read it as South Carolina, and he corrected me even though he went to the University of North Carolina, the Tar Heels. But yeah, he's funny. It was a funny conversation. But yeah, really cool guy. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's one of the first few videos on the
We'll link
the
it below.
Link it below. That's weird. But shout out to Eddie. Shout out to Glenn. But I feel part of history.
They went back to back with the same people.
Oh, yeah. We beat New England Revolution twice. Yes.
Why did they move conferences?
Because like they were adding more teams to the. So like it was probably like Seattle and Portland coming into the league. So to make it balanced, they had to.
Gotcha. Oh, the guy with the headpiece. I've seen him play.
Carr?
Yeah.
Yes. Very cool guy too.
Ooh. Casi se cae.
Se cayó.
No.
Hey, Webb. Legendary Dynamo fan. Also, if you're a Dynamo fan, why hasn't, or maybe I don't remember, but why hasn't Bonnie Garcia gotten a bobblehead? Is there a Bonnie Garcia bobblehead?
I'll buy it.
Please. I need a Bonnie Garcia bobblehead. And a bobblehead with his twins. That would be dope.
Was that Tolly Hall?
Yes, it was.
Propelling us to the conference former goalkeeper, who helped secure those 2 stars above our crest, returned to Houston as general manager.
Oh. Former goalkeeper.
Yeah.
The guy presenting sucks. He does not enunciate anything. Like, El Batallon. Anyways, that'll be comments for after when we finish this. I'm just glad I didn't see anything on McNamara. Hated the guy.
So that was the 8 minutes and 9 seconds for the Houston Dynamo. What can you tell me about it?
First thing.
First things first, I'm the realist.
Yes, Iggy. Terrible, terrible, terrible host, whatever person to put on the video. I feel like they kind of grabbed whoever was available to do a voiceover on the video and he spoke.
Shout out to that guy.
Terrible, honestly, terrible. But the video in itself, it was okay-ish. I like the fact that they did like the crest, like what it symbolizes.
I think it was a stretch.
I mean, silver for whatever.
Grit,
like, come
or
on.
some shit?
No, that was black, which makes sense. But silver for excellent. I don't know what he said, but it felt like he just let me just grab something out of my ass and put it in the video.
Well, I mean, somebody did, not him. But
No, I know, but like
I got you.
it sounded like it. But at least they added like why it has 6 sides, which was
Hexagon.
what? Yeah. I don't want to say the wrong thing. What was it? For 2006?
No, for the 6 wards that Houston was founded on.
6
Wards.
Awards. Oh, I heard awards. I was like, what awards? Okay. But yeah, so the little history, okay, cool, awesome. They did talk about their supporters, which
Briefly.
I liked. I mean, they didn't, what was it, 4?
Forb?
No, 4 of them.
Oh,
I don't know.
4 of them.
I heard 4 of
I'm
them.
talking about enunciating.
No. Open your eyes.
You just said Forb.
No, I didn't. 4 of them.
4 of them. Forb.
But I don't know. But yeah, so it was an okay video.
Rating 1 through 10.
I'm thinking about rating.
Okay.
7.5.
7.5. Not bad.
And it would have been an 8 if the guy wasn't speaking.
Well, shout out to that guy.
They could have had a girl, honestly. Why don't they have? Has one of the profiles we watched
I think
had a girl?
so. I don't know.
No, I don't think a girl has.
Because usually it's either like somebody like that or somebody that narrates the. Like an ex-player, or ex.
Yeah, but it should be someone that enunciates what they're saying. Because it was terrible. Like sometimes you couldn't even. It was hard for me to like pay attention, listen. Other than that, 7.5. Did I say?
7.5. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
what did you think?
Yeah, I think it could have been better. I know
like,
a lot
what
of...
else could they have brought? Because honestly, what has the Dynamo done other than what they mentioned, which was their 2 MLS Cups, and then the...
I mean, honestly, no. Now that I think about it, it was pretty good.
It was... they mentioned everything that the Dynamo has done, what they have, like, supporter-wise. They're, like, a profile, because, to be honest, we suck.
Yeah, lately, yeah.
And then they brought in the addition of blah, 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 and then the general manager or whatever, Onstead. Yeah.
Obviously, they didn't go... I mean, I know the history, but obviously they didn't go into detail, which obviously you don't need it, because it has to be like a... kind of like an overview type thing to kind of give you the bullet points in a way. But that's probably just me comparing it to others video that we have seen that are way longer. But no, I think it was pretty good. I mean, the old, the new, some like little things like the 36 unbeaten streak,
Yeah, so they
stuff like that.
put in like
Little nuggets.
key moments of the history
Yeah.
without it like DC United. Like they're pushing everything that was old. Like, bruh, let's
win a cup.
yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree too with the person. I think they could have had like Paul Wall or somebody. They would probably done like somebody, you know. And the music, I didn't like the music choice, to be honest. I think that if they would have had something a little bit more Houston, it would have been dope. But then again, I don't know how
What
it
was
writes.
the music?
Just like generic hip hop.
Oh.
But I think if they would have put like the instrumental to like Still Tipping.
Which is that one?
Like the Mike Jones. Fofos.
Oh yeah, that's literally what I was thinking, but I didn't know.
Like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I could sing the whole thing. But I mean, it's something. But that's just me being like very picky and very Houston. So, but I think overall it's an alright video.
It was a 7.5 video.
7.5 video. So thank you guys. Don't forget more videos more videos coming up next. Don't forget, go watch those out. Cuadro, dos. We are